welcome to this edition of Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. Appreciate you guys joining us today, and thanks to all of you who have subscribed to the channel. We have picked up over 640 new subscribers in the last 4 weeks. Thank you so much for joining, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. Well, we're just a couple of days away from Christmas, and all I want Santa to bring me is some noise from this 355 cubic inch small block Chevrolet. We are so close to cranking this motor up, and on this episode we're going to do the final preparations that we need to get this motor fired up. So fasten your seatbelt, sit back, relax, and let's see what we can get done. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we need to plug off his speedometer hole in his transmission. Buddy of mine, Michael Hudson down at Stonewall Transmissions, had one of these speedometer fittings. So we're going to just put a little bit of sealant on the threads here. Actually on the sleeve of it. And slide it in the hole here. Okay. That should do that. And we'll come back now, we'll put some silicone in the center of the hole there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put some grease in the transmission. The reason we're going to do this is whenever the motor fires up, the transmission is going to want to turn a little bit, and we want to make sure that I have grease in the transmission because it's totally dry. If you remember back from some of our episodes earlier, we've already cleaned the inside of it out, and it just needs grease and it'll be good to go. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, let's move on to something else now. Before letting the car down, I went ahead and filled up the end of this speedometer housing with silicone, so we'll let that be setting up. So we got our drain plug tight, and we'll go ahead and let the car down and move to something else now. Let's go ahead and take this dash off, and that way we can get in there and tidy up all the wiring for the ignition. Plus I can hook up that oil pressure and fuel pressure gauge to the lines that come through the bulkhead fittings on the wall, firewall. And plus we will go ahead and put in those 2 gauge lights for the tachometer as well. So let's see if we get this dash off here. I'm gonna wear out the bolts, take them in and out. But this should be the last time we have to take the dash out. Hopefully. Don't have a whole lot of room to get in there and get the stuff, but I think we can make it work. Okay, we're going to start off by simple stuff by hooking up this oil pressure line. Okay, I'm gonna run around the other side of the car and get to the other side. Okay, here's our new little lights we came in, and I'm hoping Stuart Warner has kept the same size for all these years. Okay, well, that one's being a little tough. Now we have enough wiring here. We'll just tie these in this side over here. Okay, we're just going to use these little wire connectors here. These things are real handy, real simple. Here we go. All right. Okay, we'll get the second one in here now. Okay. All right, we'll flip our master switch on and hit our accessory light, and there they all came on. I can see the lights are working inside the tachometer as well as all of our gauge lights. So there we go. Now we'll get the dash picked back up and get everything tied together now. Now we're going to go ahead and get started on this fan. I bought a piece of aluminum this morning, and we're going to make our 2 struts to put on the back side of that, and that'll be the next project, and we're getting one step closer to firing this thing up. Okay, in order to mount our electric fan to the radiator, our distance of the radiator from top to bottom is 20 inches. So I've just got this piece of strap. This is going to be the exact same process that we used on the Nova when we built it. We'll just use 2 straps with the fan mounted in, then we'll mount the straps to the radiator. So pretty simple. So we'll start off just getting 2 20-inch pieces of this 3/4 inch aluminum cut, and we'll go from there. Okay, pretty simple. We use the end of the table or the edge of the table here to square stuff up. Get our 2 rods square to the table. Mark where our holes need to go. $15 and $15 right on the dot. So this simply will just get mounted to the radiator, and that'll be it. So let's go get her mounted up. Okay, what the plan is here, I'm just going to measure the width of the core size radiator is 24 inches. So obviously I'm just going to mark 12 inches to the center, put me a little bitty dot there. Then I'll just split the difference to mount this fan here. Okay, we'll stand this up now and mark it, and we'll drill our holes, hopefully not through the radiator. Okay, simple as that. Now we'll raise the car up, we'll mount it to the bottom. Okay, let me get you down where you can see what it looks like. Well, I've already got the wires ran up here on the chassis, so it should be pretty simple to hook this up now. Alrighty then, we have the fan mounted to the radiator, and that turned out really good. Didn't take very long at all. We've got the wires down there. Now the wires coming out of here, already out of the firewall, that's going to operate the fan. And then we have one wire that's going to go to the alternator. Got the new oil filter picked up and put on the car. We're going to add the oil to the oil tank. This is a major deal. I've gone along and I've checked all the oil lines everywhere. There's about 400 of them around the motor, and we got them all tightened up. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring about 3.5 gallons of oil in this tank. And unfortunately, I can only buy it in quarts in the 20W50. So I got to pour about 1.5 cases, so it's going to take a little while. Don't worry, we're not going to video all that, but we'll let you see a little bit of it here. So let's get going. First thing we're going to do, we're going to start off with this oil filter. Okay. I don't always fill them all the way up to the top anyway, all the way. We'll take some of this fresh oil here now. We'll set that down right there. Remember to always lubricate your O-ring. Now, is a major day to start putting this inside the oil tank. This thing has not had any oil in it since 1990 or 1991 is the last time this thing's had oil in it. Okay, that's it. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 quarts. And I need to put the belt on still, but we need to turn the motor over or turn the pump over to see if it gets oil pressure, and that'll be it. Okay, we got the drill hooked up, and we're going to see if we can get oil pressure. Try to circulate some through the motor. Go ahead, Tommy. Okay, come on, keep on coming. Come on. There it is. There it is. Okay. Well, as luck would have it, which is not bad, this line here had a hole in the side of it. So we're going to try, I'll steal the fittings off the end of it. We're going to trash it. So I'll replace that line. We had an oil leak on the floor. Got that fixed up. And now Buddy is going to pull the drill. All right, go ahead, Buddy. That's 65 pounds and holding. And we'll go check for leaks now. And this is a line that was leaking. So once we get this carburetor built, I'm gonna put fuel in it and then put water in it. We gotta make a coil wire. I gotta hook up that wire that goes to the tach. And I tell you, we are very close, very close. Okay, Buddy is getting the spacer put on. We got new gaskets, and I think the carburetor is gonna be next. I just put water in the car, and the good news is there's no leaks anywhere. Okay, guys, we're gonna leave it here with you. We've got the carburetor done. Fuel lines are loose and ready to be flushed and primed. We've got water in the car, so all we have to do is swap out the distributor cap, make a coil wire, hook up the tach, and put fuel in it. And I think we'll be ready to try to spin it over. Well, good morning and Merry Christmas to you. It's actually Christmas Eve here. It's going to be a very cold 80 degrees today. And I'm out here after working 11 hours yesterday. We're going to try to get this car cranked up today. That's our plan. I got to swap out this distributor cap. We got to put fuel in the car, get the fuel system primed. And that's going to be all we have to do. We worked very hard yesterday and got a lot of the small stuff done. And hopefully, I didn't sleep very good last night because I was worried to death about this thing. And hopefully it's gonna fire up. We will see. This motor hasn't been run in many years. At some point, I'm going to put valve springs on. I know that, but it'll be okay just to crank it. But we'll get this swapped out here. And I'm going to put a new rotor button on it as well. Get this swapped out. I'll be right back with you. All right, now I got to figure out how to do this transition to get some fuel in this tank. I went and got one of my old gas cans. This is a little bit smaller, about the 1/8 inch smaller than this. I'm hoping I can heat it up and stretch it out enough to get it on there, because I got to be able to put my dry brake on. It's been laying up there for months, ready to go to work. So I'm gonna try to see if we can get this off and get this on here now. There we go. All right. Man, we can make 500 laps of Daytona with that. Okay, while I'm at it, I'll give you one other little tip I like to do. This is a condiment, like a ketchup bottle or mayonnaise bottle or whatever. You can buy these at the dollar store for like $1, okay? That makes sense. But these are perfect to prime your motor up for the first time. If you buy these, like I say, for $1, and that fits perfectly into the carburetor so you can fill the bowls up when you're trying to start a motor up for the first time. So a little tip for you. Matter of fact, I've had the same one. For some reason, racing gas will not eat through it. You think it would. Normally, if you pour it in plastic, it eats it up. So anyway, real nice little handy deal to prime your motor up for the first time. No charge for that. All right, we're going to try to pressurize the fuel system now and try to flush it out. My wife's up at the motor end of the car, and she's going to watch and let me know when fuel comes through the line. So we're going to go all the way out the fuel pump, up through the filter back here, and all the way through the line to the front of the car. Got this sealed off. Hopefully get some air in here now. Okay. You don't want to put too much in it. Let me know if you see anything. Got fuel? Yep. Okay, good deal. She's got fuel. So, you got a good flow? Yep. All right, let's go seal it up. Okay, guys, after 4 months of hard work, here it is. We've got everything plumbed up. You can see all the fuel on the floor, so we have fuel to the front. So let's see what happens. Wish us luck. Okay, ignition on. Okay, we have addressed the water issue, got the water level set correct now, so we're going to turn this thing on again now. Here we go. Wow, that wraps up an incredibly busy episode. I think I squeezed about 14 hours into about 20 minutes here. Yesterday and last night and today was brutal, trying to get to the point where we could hear this small block Chevrolet makes a sweet music, and it did. I am so relieved. The motor's not been run in many years, and man, it sounds good. And when we get the exhaust on, it's going to sound really good then. Right now, the open headers doesn't really do it justice. But guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Today is Christmas Eve. Hope you have a good time with your family. I'm fixing to head out to our church with my family. We're going to our annual candlelight service on Christmas Eve. We do this every year at our church, and we get to celebrate with my family. It's such a special time. But don't forget, y'all, it's not about the presents, it's not about the lights, it's not about Christmas trees. It's about the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I hope you have a fantastic day. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you, and take care.